I'm going to lead us in the introduction of a new episode of Now That's Nonsense with an opening of Cheers.
Cheers.
I like to open by discussing the cocktail. As you may or may not know, I am recipe testing for a chakra cocktail book that I'm creating. And
I'll let that slide.
This is a new cocktail, and I want to hear some feedback. So turn it over to you.
I'm going to give this a hell yeah. Order me another one. It gets the official order me another one.
Get out.
I enjoyed it so much that I forgot maybe that we were going to pause and talk about it. I was like, wow, it's really good. And I thought we were going to like go into a show and not talk about it. And I was looking forward to my next sip. And I thought like I'd get another one of these. So I thought all that. So I would love to have another sip and then tell you what I really think.
Okay, go
I'm ready
for
right
it.
off the bat. Order me another one.
Awesome.
Waiter, when you get a chance.
Another. Just keep them coming.
This is going down. That is so good. That is so... I can't even believe how good that is because I hate grapefruit juice. I don't like grapefruit juice. And I know you say juicing the grapefruit.
Yeah.
So I knew it was coming. Luckily, I don't have a good memory anymore. I'm like, oh, she made drinks. And I didn't think of the grapefruit. But now I'm drinking this and I'm enjoying it so much. And yet it has grapefruit in it.
Yeah.
Please explain this drink.
That's because you enjoy tequila. And so the tequila is a nice complement to the grapefruit. And then it's just, so it's pretty much your standard grapefruit margarita. What else did I put in it? I put some lime juice, some agave. And then topped it with a little cilantro leaf. What's different, I think, it's just fresh squeezing the grapefruit is clutch in that scenario.
Versus, how else does grapefruit come? If someone wasn't going to...
Just buying grapefruit juice.
You can buy... Yeah, I guess you could.
Yeah.
Maybe Tropicana makes it or something.
Yeah, something.
Somebody makes it.
But mine is different. I gave you a different one. So I want you to try mine.
Mine's
slightly different.
What's it called?
I have to look.
And I'll throw the recipe up. It's if you're watching on the YouTube, the recipe's coming up now.
The recipe is going to be for mine, not yours.
I'm gonna talk to management about getting both recipes up.
Okay.
I want mine for a fact.
Okay.
Again.
There's no limit to the recipes we can put up.
Let me try you. Yours is more grapefruit-y, but I still really like yours. And then I'm a hair away from saying order me another one. I'm not a grapefruit person. Mine's less grapefruit forward. Mm-hmm. I would almost say order me another one with this. This is very grapefruit forward. What's the difference?
The difference is I'm a little bummed out because I typically, and I would do this, fresh jalapeno. I like spicy margaritas.
You do.
So, but I happen to have spicy margarita syrup, simple syrup. And so that's what I added to mine. So mine's spicy.
That's funny. I love spice. And I don't like grapefruit. So all I noticed in the drink was, oh, this has more grapefruit. I didn't even notice the spice.
I think the spice is what brings out the grapefruit, to be quite honest. It enhances it.
Which is great for you grapefruit lovers out there. I know Devlin loves his grapefruit as much as he loves a rib dinner.
Yeah, I think he'd enjoy this.
Yeah.
I already have 2 other ideas on how I want to change these. I will, in one, it's the same recipe, but then adding in another ingredient.
Is that a secret? Is another ingredient secret?
It is, because I'm going to make it.
You already know what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the other one would be maybe layered.
Layered like red, white, and blue? Like
on top of it.
that kind of layered?
No, meaning there's maybe we keep this and then the thing I wanted and then the other. I don't know.
And what are any of these called, by the way?
I really like the name of this drink.
Oh, you have a name.
I do have a name.
Great.
It's called, this one is called Dancing with Dharma.
Dancing with Dharma. I picture dancing with Dharma from the show Dharma and Greg.
Yeah, way to ruin it. Way to ruin it.
You don't like her?
No, it's not that. It's more like I have different visualizations in my head. And you're like, oh, I'm thinking about it. So let's make it a little silly.
Wait, take this drink away. Take this drink away.
He's not deserving. You're not deserving of the dancing with Dharma. No, it's fine. That's your interpretation. That wouldn't be very...
It's not my interpretation. Look, I say it's a little heavy-handed to call it my interpretation. What do you call it when you're just sitting and then an image pops into your head?
Yeah.
Of no fault.
So that's what I'm saying. It's your interpretation.
Is that an interpretation? It sounds so contrived. My interpretation. I didn't interpret anything. My brain. It's like saying a dream's an interpretation.
So the thing that comes to you could be the interpretation because it came to you and that's what you said. That's an interpretation of it. It's not. I'm not saying it was calculated or premeditated. But you had this like vision or thought or picture in your head and you said it. And that was what you interpreted it. That you're relaying it.
Let me tell you where I'm coming from. Let me just I feel the need to explain this. There has to be another word for that. Because interpretation almost sounds like there was some kind of thought process. I'm just sitting here and you say Dharma.
Does it have to be a thought process or could it be the feeling that innately comes up within you and then you how that happens and then you say to a person, I just blah, blah, blah. Like that's an interpretation.
I guess it's like a light speed. It's so fast that it transcends space and time.
Yeah, it just is coming out. Like that's.
So, okay. Final answer. I'll be okay with calling it interpretation. Whew. I thought I was going to have to go for therapy for that.
Oh, one. I thought I was in a conversation with you and Devlin. I'm like, now we're talking nonsense. Now,
well, I would argue that nonsense. I'd argue that we don't talk enough nonsense on the show called Nonsense.
I know. You know why? You and Devlin have a brand of nonsense. That's your brand. And sometimes I'll play in your brand, but it's not my brand. And I don't really like playing it for too long. And
I'm aware of that.
And you're pointing.
I'm pointing because I want you to know that I mean it. I'm conscious when I go into that mode of trying to explain why whatever I was trying to explain the whole minute ago.
Yep.
Whenever I go into something like that, I'm fully aware of, oh, this is how Devlin and I talk.
Yes.
And I have it's like a power meter in a video game. I see the power going down.
I love that you're
aware of that. And then it gets yellow. And I start getting nervous even when it gets yellow. I want to end it before it gets yellow. I try not to get near red. But I think I got near red. And I was like, all right, you got to back out.
Yeah. So we were approaching red. So that's good. Good call.
Do you have little power meters for all people? Do you have power meters?
I think, yeah.
Give me an example of someone you know where you have a power meter and it's like as you're talking to them, it's ticking down. What does that?
I don't think I want to do that. I don't think that's a good exercise to do. Yeah. So murmur is like yeah.
No, let me reframe it because there's two ways you can look at that. You can look at that in a negative way, like. They have a power meter because there's something wrong with them and I must assign them a power meter to me. Or you can look at it as these are just the differences between us and so I'm aware of the power meter because of the differences between us and I respect that. So one's just conversational. The other one's like a little gossipy or something. You know what I'm saying? I'm asking you in the conversational way. Like I have a power meter for you. Is that like
which you just articulated?
Is that horrible? Is that like gossip? Were you offended that I had a power meter for you? You were glad I had a power meter for you.
No, I was glad because you're reading your audience.
So who else do we read?
I think we always read everybody.
Like, so everyone's got a power meter.
Yeah, and it just comes across like you have to be paying attention to know how their meter's reading.
Well, let's for fun and to be reciprocal. And ditto and all that. What do you got a power meter for me on? Like I have a power meter on you when I'm talking Devlin-like with you. Mm-hmm. And I know you're doing it. You're having it. But I know you're not going to be having it soon. What's your power meter for me? What do I do? Or what do you do? However this works.
Okay, well, this is one small example is you don't like really going for walks that much, or like you need a heads up. So my power meter for you is like anticipating when I want to go for a walk and think it would be nice for you to join me. So anticipating that and relaying that to you, but giving you like heads up so that you can adjust your power meter so that it's a normal meter reading when we go for our walk.
This is exactly what this is like. This is exactly what I picture. You tell me if I'm right. If I'm not aware of the walk, you saying, let's go for a walk is like a super move in a video game, like a move you save for when you have like 3 stars, 5 stars, and like, I'm gonna use my 5-star move. Like you ask me for a walk, takes me from full power to no power.
Oh my God. That is major drama.
What you're trying to gauge, what you're trying to read is how long from when I deliver that blow until his power meter comes back up again, and that's how soon you decide to tell me. You're playing the power meter, but it's not like you're reading it like I'm reading yours. Like I'm still talking nonsense. It's going. Mine's like I know I'm going to deliver this information. It's going to be like, and it's going to be like.
Yeah, it's not apples to apples. That's why.
Yeah.
Like,
how long does it take me these days? Have I gotten better?
Yes. It used to be a day before, like a full solid day.
I like the full day notice. A walk around the block. Who else out there feels me? What is that? When it's almost related to you don't want to leave the house thing. Almost, but not really. It's more of the
because
exercise.
You've always been this way.
It's more of the exercise. It's more of the physical,
Putting one foot in front of the other.
I know it's changed. I know it changed. When we have dogs, I don't like it as much. I don't feel like we're going for a walk. I feel like we're going for a walk and stop and then wait a little more, and then you're almost, and then stop and bend over, hold this, walk. Oh, there goes another one. Pick that up. It's like that's not a walk. I don't like that.
You know what's upsetting is
you and Devlin can go.
That's your interpretation of the walk.
You and Devlin.
Here we go. Interpretation of the walk.
That is an interpretation.
When we had a dog.
Yes.
My interpretation is yes, all of that is happening. Yes, that's accurate. That's happening. But I don't view it from that lens. That's just all part of the walk. Like I feel like it prompts me to be more present and put my focus on the dog. And then, I don't know, I always think about like, oh, we're out walking right now. Like, look at me and you, we're bonding, And so, and I look and I see how happy like Bernie would be and like kind of look through his eyes of like, how excited he is. And so I like the walks because I find them to be bonding experiences and it's enjoyable. Don't get me wrong. There are times when, I'm like, I want to go and, they're messing around or whatever, taking forever. I never appreciated the multiple, I don't know, just times that Bernie would stop to go to the bathroom and not really go, but then it looked like he would go. And then people would think that I wasn't picking up stuff on their lawn. And so I've perfected the pretend. You take out the bag and then you pretend to pick up something. I even do a little like pretend I'm tying it.
And just to be clear, he doesn't.
But he doesn't go at all.
He doesn't go to the bathroom.
He never used to go.
What happens is, I know why you do that. What happens is, if Bernie goes to go, and it looks like he's in that position and he's going, but you don't really have a good view, and you're the homeowner, and you're looking from your window.
It totally looks like a dog is taking a dump on your property.
So Bernie took a no dump once.
Yeah.
Because we're picker-upper people.
Yes,
which is why
always.
If we weren't picker-upper people, I'd go for more walks. I'd be like, go.
I couldn't. That's not in my conscience.
No, I couldn't either.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. So we're picker-upper people. But one time Bernie did his no dump. And we looked and he didn't go. And the guy came out of the house in the other development and he was yelling and we must have been just us. And we gave it to him back.
Yeah.
And we were like, yeah, you go find it. We'll pick it up. And
yeah, we were like, he didn't go. And he's like, right. And we're like, and we're like, he didn't go. Go look. Like, there's nothing there. So
now you got to do the
back
fake.
up off me.
Now you got to do the
After
fake.
that,
you have to do the fake. It just keeps the peace.
Yeah.
No confrontations with you.
Yeah.
The next neighborhood over. We don't kind of everyone peace for everybody.
Yeah. So now, well, not anymore, but that's what we used to do. That was part of the walk. I don't know. That was a major tangent.
No, it's actually related. I go for walks now with you, and there's less inertia because we don't have a dog right now. And so whenever you ask me to go for a walk, I think I always say yes.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
And
so you've graduated.
My power meter. Now when you ask me to go for a walk, it only notches down. Well, you tell me. I don't want to put words in my mouth.
Well, and even sometimes you call for the long one.
I'm a changed
That happened
man.
once, and I will never forget it because I was like, "Oh, he's going for the 3-miler." So,
all right, we've done us. Let's at least pick one more person in a fun way that you have a power meter with.
Well, then you should go first.
We
should do Devlin. Let's joint do Devlin.
What is that like?
Like, you gave an example for me. I gave an example for you of like a meter. So what kind of meter do we hold for Devlin? Ha ha. Hi, Devlin. You're not here, so we get to do this. Ha ha.
Oh, we're not going to guess his. We're going to do ours for him.
Yeah.
For me, it's definitely talking too much about the paranormal and the supernatural. Devlin's a good sport. He listens to my podcast because he's my friend, not because he necessarily is interested in anything supernatural, paranormal. So I definitely have a meter on him with the supernatural, paranormal. Definitely.
Yeah, I could see that.
Devlin, would you agree?
I think you have that meter for me as well.
Yes. Although his meter is stronger than yours.
Well, yeah. I'm not making any qualms about that. That's for sure.
So what's your meter with Devlin?
It's hard because I feel like we're so alike. So, yeah.
Sidebar, while you're thinking about it, you agree that everyone should have a meter for everyone. That's like a social responsibility. Is that a social responsibility thing? Is that a good thing for people to be aware of?
Yes, because it's also a matter of a person's personal space.
It's being aware of the other person, being considerate that they're giving me their time. I'm not taking their time.
Yeah, there's you're held hostage in a conversation that you don't want to be in. Google. And a person's chatting in your face. And you're like, that person who's chatting in your face should be like, oh, I see the eyes are starting to glaze. They're starting to shrink back a little. I'm going to like wrap it up right now. Instead of blah, 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 blah. And you're over here dying like, oh, stop. Like that. That was a whole act.
Who's dramatic?
I just did a scene.
That
was my acting debut. You started the musical, and I'm doing a little sketch here.
I think we need Devlin to check your chart. I think you have a little Leo in your chart afterwards. You have a little Leo in your chart. Afterwards, later in life, you have a little Leo in your chart. We'll ask NASA. Maybe the whole solar system has shifted, and they have new astrology for us. And you have a little Leo in your chart. Drama. Let me ask you this. If there was an app that read, in your pocket somehow read your vital signs, and anyone who had the app, they can read what your vital signs are when you're becoming disinterested. And so if you come across people that have the app too, it's always on in the background, and then it starts to buzz to let you know, like, this person, you're losing this person.
Yeah.
So, and it's all light.
You know what I call those? training wheels.
This should be
Then you get to a point, they help train you to realize what it's like to have some social etiquette and just be aware of people. And then you graduate, and then you don't need the app.
Let's come full circle. Let's come full circle on this. The flip side of it. While we're developing the app, while the app's in development, called Training Wheels, to train people to read other people. Oh, they're losing interest. Stop talking. Wrap it. Good. Wrapped it up.
Kind of like the podcast, right?
Yeah, kind of like the podcast right now. We want to know when to wrap it up. So we got to give a gift to people, or even maybe a gift to ourselves. What's that line we say when we realize that person doesn't have the app yet? They've never even had a conversation about any of this. And you were being kind, and now they're taking advantage, and they're just off to the races. Blah, blah, blah,
yeah.
blah,
How do you
blah,
basically, blah. AKA, how do you get out of that situation?
What's your graceful, gracious? Because I like to be, if someone doesn't know, I don't want to burn them. I want to be graceful and release them, but more importantly, release me. Like I want to win-win all around.
That's always the goal.
So I would like, and I love if humor can be in there too. So that's what I'm shooting for. I don't know if I'm going to have it by the end of this show. But that's the outline for what I want mine to be. I want it to be funny and gracious, and lets the person feel like they've been heard. But I'm also 2 seconds after I'm done talking, I'm gone.
Yeah.
At the very least, like low level, 101 this. Excuse me, I have to go to the bathroom. And then just excuse me, say something about what they just said to let them know you heard them, so make them feel acknowledged. Say something funny about what they just said. With that thing, you're crazy. Hey, look, excuse me, I got to go to the bathroom. How was that? You're smiling.
Yeah, I was totally with you.
You felt heard, but it's polite. And then just really probably just leave the party.
Yeah. And you're like, that was way too much.
What's yours? What do you got?
Oh, mine's so much more awkward than yours. Like,
you want to rework it? You want to tell it and rework it, or you just want to rework it? Or you just want to tell it?
It has to be reworked because I think I would be pretty like, excuse me, I don't know.
Yeah, what would you say?
I don't know. Like maybe it'd just be like, I know, because first of all, I would be stressing. Like I'd be in my head, this person's talking. I don't know. I'm not listening to you because in my head, now I'm racing and I'm like, what can I do? What can I say? Where's the opening? I just got to get out of here. So what's the best way I can get out of here? Like that's what's happening. So I think because I'm in there, it's almost like that game where you're like, no whammies, stop. Like that's what's happening. So I've got, how am I going to get out of here? Da, da, da. And so I'm not even, and I'm so consumed with that when I should be like thinking about like, an eloquent exit plan. And so then when I see the first lull that I can like jump in or something, so I'm going, gotta get out of here. Okay. Excuse me. I gotta go. Like, I don't know. So
you would use the bathroom then. Cause I gotta go.
I don't know.
Look,
I wouldn't say I gotta go.
Where are you going? I just gotta go. I just trust me. Yeah.
No, I wouldn't say I gotta go. I can't imagine. But I'd be like, excuse me. I think I'm gonna I don't know where Kurt is. I'm gonna have to find him.
You can always.
I think I use you.
I
think I use other people as an excuse. Like, oh, I should really go check on my mom, or I don't know. Like, where's Kurt? That's always a good one.
I've told anybody who knows me. I know I've told this to you, and I know I've told this to Devlin. Use me as an excuse. I don't even want to. I don't care what it is. Just use me as an excuse. I don't care.
Yeah.
Oh, Kurt's got. Kurt. Kurt.
Yeah. And then people immediately. Okay.
Oh yeah. I'm surprised he came out of the house today.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm cool with that. Now, do you like the bathroom one? Would you use it? It's pretty gracious. You say something funny about what they just said. And you go to the bathroom.
Yeah, I could totally do that. It's easy. Excuse me, I'm going to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Done.
I think it's so. I want to. We could wrap up, but really want to help people on this, and it sounds like help you on this. Do you owe it to anybody to wait for a lull? Because some people are lullless. You wait for a lull, you could be there.
Right. That's a good point.
At what point? I've done this to people, and you've been there when I've done this to people.
Yes.
When all the alarms, the app's going off for 5 minutes, that my phone's overheating and their phone's overheating, and it's been time for a while, and that time still hasn't come. There comes a point where I can almost go like, ah, like, you know, like. Yeah. So, but right before that, I just say anything blurted, no matter where they are in their conversation, because I know it's like I'm at my breaking point.
Yeah.
So I then I just jump in.
Sometimes
I'll probably even throw my hand up, like, look, I gotta go. I gotta go
sure
back
you
to them.
do.
I'm sorry, like, because I can't. I have a point. I guess what I'm saying is, people out there who maybe never thought about the sport before or have issues with it, it's okay to cut somebody off if you've had your fill, and you've been more than gracious.
Yeah. Nobody should ever be held hostage in a conversation. It's the worst.
So get to work on that app, people. It's freeware. The idea is yours. I won't sue you if you take it. App that reads vital signs. Vital signs speak to people's social discomfort when somebody's,
I like it.
Going on too long.
Yeah.
And now I feel like we've gone on a little too long. So we're going to wrap it up.
We're going to do the wrap-up show.
Did we encircle everything? Have we circled all the wagons?
one thing I'm missing is a Devlin story, a meter approach.
Oh, you don't have one? Oh, I'm glad you brought back to that.
I feel like maybe I just bug him about like when he's like visiting or something. I don't know.
We're gonna come back to this one.
It's annoying.
We're gonna ask Devlin what his meter is with you talking to him about something. I think we'll be forthcoming about that, and we'll report that back on the next.
Maybe
show.
It's TV shows like, oh, we just finished this watching
Empire.
No.
Don't say no. Like it's
that was like a million years ago. We liked the first season.
You loved it.
The first season was great, and then the second season, whatever. Then now it's just like Dallas. I don't even know. So I'm talking like, oh, we just finished watching All American, and it's so great, and like you should watch it. And then he's saying he's watching like ER, and I'm like, or he's watching some other thing, and I'm thinking like, why can't you just make the show that I'm telling you to watch a priority? But I don't push. I sometimes give him a little like,
scoochie nudge.
Yeah, a little scoochie nudge. But he is going. I will give him credit. He is planning on watching Cobra Kai when
Cobra Kai is great.
This third season.
That's
comes
not a
out.
gimme. You should watch Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
Everyone, if you watch The Karate Kid, you should watch Cobra Kai. If you liked The Karate Kid, you should watch Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
It's a continuation of the movie that everyone loved.
It is great. So with all that being said, I hope that's a semi-decent one. If not, I'll just maybe think of it as something else. I don't know.
All right.
Here's to never being held hostage in a conversation. And if you are having that power and confidence to eloquently excuse yourself.
Here's to never being held hostage, period. Till next time. Peace.
Namaste.